Hey guys, we're going live now on Placar Aberto here, still in the morning. That morning coffee, and the news doesn't stop. Flamengo news doesn't stop. I invite you to follow, like, and share on all platforms. If you're on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe down below, turn on the notification bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We always remind you that you can always be following along, man, always keeping up with us. The best options for you to be at Flamengo's games following Mengão anywhere in Brazil, anywhere in America. You call Haroldo's Caravan and he'll find the best prices for you, the best, man. It's the best service, right? Expensive accommodation, there's a top ticket section, top section. At Maracanã, so for Flamengo games in the Brasileirão, Carioca, Recopa, Supercopa, in Brasilia, man, just call Haroldo's Caravan. They won't leave you outside, right? Actually, yeah, there was a company that messed up. It went bad for those guys, but that's how it is. The consumer comes first, right? And serious companies are with us here. Yeah, we always have our other sponsors in the pinned comment. And so we're here bringing you this important news, right? Yeah? Regarding Kaio Jorge, okay, is it Flamengo's management? Sources connected to Flamengo's management said that Flamengo would not increase the offer for Kaio Jorge. They were bluffing. They were bluffing that Flamengo would not increase the offer for Kaio Jorge, that they were looking for other names. Then some names came up in the market, Kawa and Elias, right? Some options. Marcos Leonardo too, but it was all just a smokescreen. The real target is Kaio Jorge. Flamengo wants to take Kaio Jorge away from Cruzeiro. It's an important issue for us to talk about here, this new proposal from Flamengo. Even Pedro Jr., son of Pedro Lourenço, right? From Pedro Jr., owner and vice president of Cruzeiro's Sociedade Anônima do Futebol, who is also the owner's son. He made it very clear that Cruzeiro would no longer negotiate with Flamengo, that the negotiations were over, and that the player would stay at Cruzeiro after spending 30 million euros on signing Gerson. And that's it. The clubs are out there trying to keep up with Flamengo. They're going crazy. Let me tell you something important here. Pay attention to this information, talking to Gerson's father. We exclusively reported and confirmed that Gerson was going to Cruzeiro. Since his father Marcão said no, he's going to Cruzeiro, and you'll see what Marcão said. You guys will still thank me. Because they're going to spend a lot of money on signing Gerson, and they'll have to sell Kaio Jorge to you guys. Marcão speaking, he's center. Marcão, you're unbelievable. And they'll have to thank Marcão, the athlete Marcão, for taking Gerson to Cruzeiro. Because they're going to sign Gerson and they'll have to sell Kaio Jorge. I don't think it's related. I found it funny people discussed it, but I see no correlation. It's clear Cruzeiro and other clubs are spending to compete with Flamengo, which really wants Kaio Jorge. Cruzeiro said they'd stop negotiating. Gerson is finalizing a deal with Cruzeiro, and Flamengo is using this opportunity. The money for Gerson could be used for Kaio Jorge instead. That's pretty much it, because Flamengo's offer went up. Universo Online's information checks out. We confirmed it with Flamengo's management. We reached out to a source connected to the management who confirmed that Flamengo's management really did raise their offer for Kaio Jorge. What they're talking about is a fixed amount around 30 million euros. An extremely high amount considering Brazilian football. It's Flamengo and Cruzeiro. They would have the two highest transfer fees because Cruzeiro, with 30 million for Gerson, surpassed Samuelino. Flamengo, by paying the fixed 30 million for Kaio Jorge, ties it up. But here's what I just found out. It's 30 million fixed, but in some situations it could be like Cebolinha. The amount could actually be getting close to 40 million euros. Flamengo's amount could be getting close to 40 million euros. That was exactly the information we brought yesterday, which Entertainment and Sports Programming Network and others are now confirming. They didn't give us credit, but they're confirming that Flamengo will either sign Kaio Jorge or a player with the same profile or not sign anyone. They may wait until the next transfer window, which they see as easier for signing players. That's why they want Kaio Jorge now, but if they can't get him, they'll look for a player with the same quality, the same characteristics in June. Julio, what do you think? Flamengo can spend up to 40 million euros on signing this striker. That's the information. So Flamengo really increased their offer for Kaio Jorge. They haven't given up. Jose Boto, in his usual style, is standing his ground, standing his ground, standing his ground, trying in every way, standing his ground, digging in his heels. Does he want to sign Kaio Jorge? Flamengo won't discuss numbers, but we have some information. Like, a source connected to the board had said that Flamengo could go up to 40 million euros to sign their striker by mid-year, if they couldn't manage it. Now, we estimate that Flamengo is also looking in that same range. So, is that it then, the purchase of Kaio Jorge, if it actually happens, if Cruzeiro really gets tempted by that amount? Since both the player and his staff are also shaken, right? They're shaken by what happened, Kaio Jorge and his staff. They liked Flamengo's offer, they even talked, right? That has already leaked everywhere that they talked, even with the Sociedade Anônima do Futebol people and Cruzeiro. They've already told them what was happening. And obviously it affects the player, knowing that. On top of that, there was the call from Felipe Luiz, who talked about the Brazilian national team, right? Kaio Jorge will definitely get plenty of playing time at Flamengo. Whether you like it or not, there's all this media attention. I saw commentators say Flamengo gets coverage because we give them space. No, you give them space, not me. It's because the fans want to know about this. So it's that situation that Raiza had brought up, Flamengo. To sign, the forward is going to get a higher amount. There's a higher amount set aside specifically for the forward, while for the goalkeeper and midfield, since there's the issue with Saul, with De La Cruz, Saul's surgery. Flamengo is going to need another midfielder. So regarding midfield and goalkeeper, Flamengo wants to spend less. With Flamengo looking to spend less, for the forward, Flamengo is going to spend more. And this offer then is confirmed, it's real. We confirmed 100 to them, guaranteeing that they wouldn't make a new offer, that everything was on hold, and they did it. So it was unlikely for him to return to Flamengo, but the unlikely is back. And we might still have 1 or 2 or even 3 more chapters in this saga. Kaio Jorge, Flamengo is stepping up. They're signing Gerson. And then it becomes clear that Cruzeiro is spending heavily and may need the money or maybe not. The guy claims he has cash, cattle, and everything else. Jokes aside, we joke about that too. They even mentioned the good relationship with Flamengo, but we know that money doesn't take disrespect. Flamengo showed that when they managed things, when they took care of their finances, and today Flamengo is able to reach greater heights. So, Flamengo fans, do you support signing Kaio Jorge and increasing Flamengo's value? A source close to the board claimed that no, we're not going to raise this amount much, because even the fans are already annoyed with this. It was all a bluff, right, guys? It was all a bluff. Flamengo did raise the offer. Yes, Felipe wants it, and Felipe is involved in this. Felipe wants it. He even called Kaio Jorge after signing him. It's a wish of Felipe Luiz. The signing of Kaio Jorge is something Felipe Luiz wants, and he's pushing for it, insisting on the signing of the player. And now Jose Boto and BAP are fully accepting Felipe Luiz's total autonomy in choosing his signings. And Felipe wants a player with this profile. He insists on signing Kaio Jorge. Specifically, comment here if you support Kaio Jorge's arrival or if you think there's another player. And I'll say it here, okay? I watched the West Ham match. Tati Castellanos, man, didn't play well at all. People were even joking online. He messed up everything. Missed shots, weak kicks, bad back passes, wrong passes up front. He got everything wrong. So people were saying Flamengo dodged a bullet with Tati Castellanos. He played poorly against West Ham. Even with Paquetá involved, he didn't perform well at all. Amazing, right, my friends? Was it a blessing for Flamengo and Kaio Jorge? I really like how he plays. 2025 when he stood out, right? But I was already talking about him before. I talked about him when he was abroad, that Flamengo should have signed him, and I was right. Big hug, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. Red and black greetings. This is Flamengo.